Welcome, everyone, to the Link with Bones. Another day, another episode. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, please like, subscribe, click on the notification bell. In fact, click on the all. Guys, please subscribe. I appreciate the views as you guys are watching, but please, guys, we need the subscribers. So please subscribe so that when we release, you get the episode firsthand. So thank you so much, Linkers. Yes, watch the whole video. Mad Dog, so now we're giving them a name. You know, in this podcast industry or podcast world, the viewers have a name. You know, so we call them the linkers.
Oh,
Yes, so ours are the linkers, Mad Dog.
yes.
How you doing, Mad Dog?
I'm good, bruh. I'm good.
Nah?
Yeah, I'm good.
How
Just-
was your week?
I'm tired, bruh.
Nah?
Yeah, I think I'm tired.
From?
I think I'm ready for December.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just tired. There's nothing you can do. Even if I can rest for another, I'm tired.
Nah?
I just want to have time where I can wake up 12 o'clock if I have to wake up 12 o'clock.
I think it's old age. Mad Dog, let me pick your brain quickly, man. You know, we saw the thing on estates with Charlie, him being assassinated in that way. You know, and now I heard today on the news that I think the US government is saying if any people that are visitors to the US, you know, whether foreigner, you're working there, student or whatever, and you're celebrating Charlie's death, they are going to deport you and cut off your visa. What do you say about that, man? Look, obviously, I'm not against anyone celebrating anyone's death in that manner. You know, I think we shouldn't do that as society. But what's your take?
Yeah, I think I'm with you, Apple, because, you know, it doesn't
But be
matter.
careful, Mad Dog. Your visa is 10 years there, so.
It's fine. So I think, Mina, it is wrong. Whether I disagree or I agree with you, you know, you
shouldn't- we
Yeah,
shouldn't-
somebody's in pain. I should be sensitive to what is happening. You know, but the truth must be spoken at the same time. We cannot say because now you have a family or, you know, now because you're dead, we forget about the things that you said or we forget about, you know, because there are people who are really, I mean, he was part of the conversation all along. It doesn't mean now because you die, then the conversation around you stops.
Stops,
You understand?
yeah.
So, but I think also, I mean, it's. I think now also we're starting to see the truth about the leadership of the U.S. You know, as looking at the U.S. as a
So you
as a
say
leader or as a
so they don't have free speech.
they do. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's happening in U.S. Ngoku. I don't know what's
wena.
happening. Yeah, because we thought U.S. is this place.
We were supposed to look up to.
Yeah, but you know what? You know when you go to the house, that it's clean, and you lift up the couch and you're like, yo, all the dirt is underneath there.
Oh yeah.
I think that's what is
yeah.
happening now.
So now we're seeing all the
Yes.
dirt coming out.
So Trump is exposing. I think the leadership of Trump is exposing what the U.S. really is to other races, to other, you know, to
Yeah.
We always saw as a land of the free, but all the time, you know,
Yeah.
we see what's happening.
In this 1 minute we have left, Mad Dog, and then we saw your president in this side now of the country was calling over its councillors and everything, and he said something interesting. And I think our guest has a lot to say about that, but we'll get to him now. Where he mentioned Uguti, the ANC councillors must look up to the DA on how they do things. You know, what do you say about that?
No, I think I'm worried about the elections then when they come, because if then he's saying, what is he saying to the country? You understand about the ANC, you know,
Yeah.
and all of that, because if himself he doesn't believe in the
In his
ANC,
people, you know what I mean?
why should we believe in the ANC?
You understand?
You know, so I think yeah.
Yeah, I think for me that was the kicker.
Yeah,
Guti,
it's
how about this guy? If he's looking up to these guys, now why are we voting for you?
But I mean, what is also DA doing?
Indirectly,
What is it that we're looking at DA for?
I don't know.
You
We'll
understand?
call
Last
it.
week we were talking about
We'll call it DA
the
president.
guys that were robbed in Yang.
Yeah, you
And
know.
the criminals were caught
Yeah.
in 24.
In 24 hours.
But our cases, they've been there for 70 years.
And
some are not solved. But
exactly.
those ones, I mean, you know.
Exactly.
No, we don't have to look up to DA. We need to
Yeah.
find something else. But
That we
DA.
can do.
If ANC is no more what we look at, then we need to find something else except DA.
Maybe our guest today will tell us what we need to look for. We have a very interesting guest today. He's a guy I went to school with back in the day. And yeah, man, one of the guys that kind of welcomed me at school when I joined the RCL and kind of showed me the ropes on that side of the world. Very interesting young man. And I like him, man. You know, he brought out his whole family here. Actually, his whole family is here. And they're supporting him. And I just love that whole family thing supporting him. How are you doing, sir?
I'm well, thank you. How are you, Anga?
I'm good. Last time I saw you was 2009. Okay, now I'm revealing my age. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And the next year I matriculated.
Yeah, because you
2010.
were behind me. Yeah. So now you're revealing what year I'm. Don't do those things. and now what year is it? 2025.
2025.
Wow.
Yeah.
My dog. How many years later? Do the math. How many years?
Quite some time.
Quite some time.
15 years.
Wow, man.
15 years.
And yet, when I call you, you are able to respond as if we were speaking all these years.
Yeah, it speaks of being in touch with with where you come from, you know, irrespective of where we are in life.
Yeah.
You a businessman, I've become a politician.
Yeah.
And I know life is very busy for both of us. You must
Yeah.
make money, and I spend the money, you know, in my community. Unlike the ANC, you know, they.
Yeah. Yes.
So that is where we are at. So,
Yeah.
and I think if we are not in touch with each other, you know, we will forget who we are and where we come from and
Yeah.
what formed us as people, you know. I remember you coming to Windermere High and becoming the deputy chair of the RCL. I was chair. You tried to make life difficult for me. But as a politician, a born politician, I neutralized you.
No, I let you be.
I neutralized you.
I know. I let you be. For all those years I was not there. You were running the show. When I came, all of a sudden you stood up and then you're like, yeah, no, let me get my feet. Remember when you went to that thing?
Which one?
There's a thing, man. Back then there was the Minister of Education. Remember we went to that thing, man, with all the schools.
Yeah, HSP. It's called the HSP.
Yeah,
His program.
Who came out in the newspaper?
Yeah, you came.
Exactly.
Because of your mouth, Anga.
No,
Because you babble a lot.
no, but I don't just babble. I speak sense at that young age.
Most definitely. But I had to train you as well.
Oh, okay. Just because you are here and, you know, I want you to come back.
We give credit
Yes.
where credit is due. I also want to thank you for my beautiful cup.
Oh.
I appreciate it. I'll have it every day. My
No?
wife there knows.
We'll
I-
make one. So when you come again, we'll make one for her as well.
Yeah,
Or we'll make one, then just courier for her.
Oh, thank you.
Because I didn't
Thank
know you're coming with the whole family.
Yeah, my support structure is very important.
But listen, man, before we get to all the cracks of things and where you are now, I think, you know, the show or the podcast is all about taking it back, you know. So most people, you grow up in Windermere, in Kensington.
Yeah.
Right? But I know Kensington is divided into two parts. Right? There's that other side.
You have factored in?
Yes, Factorton, yes.
And you have Kensington.
Kensington.
Yeah.
Now, on which side of that
So
did you grow up?
I was born and raised in Factorton. Yeah, I was born and raised there. Attended Sunderland Primary, then Windermere High. CPUT is my alma mater. And that's...
How
that's
many were you guys growing up at home?
It was me and my brother.
Just two of you?
Yeah, we were only two. And then my mom, of course.
Yeah.
And my mom was a single mom.
Oh, okay.
So it was only me and my brother. Now I have a sister.
Okay.
I have a sister. We are 3 siblings in total now.
Oh, wow.
And then, of course, he also attended Windermere High. And my sister is now at some other college type of thing.
Tell me, man, in Factorton, because I know there's gangsterism and there's drugs and all of that, Cheslyn. Anyway, your name, sorry. Tell people who you are, your name. I forgot to ask you. Because normally I don't introduce my guests. Because, you know, some people who come here don't have that long resume of saying they studied here and they are doctors, but they're doing so much for the community.
Yeah.
So for me, it's always like introduce yourself
Yeah.
instead of me giving you this,
Yeah.
you know, so sorry.
No, straightforward, Cheslyn Steenberg. I'm 32 years of age, live in Kensington. I'm the current ward councillor within that community under the banner of the Patriotic Alliance within the city of Cape Town.
Yeah.
And I'm happily married to a beautiful wife called Cheslyn Steenberg. I imported from Johannesburg.
I hope you're not saying that because she's here now in front of us.
Oh no, definitely. I tell her even at 1 o'clock in the morning.
No?
Yeah, definitely. So she's all the way from Gauteng, and that is who I am. I'm not going to give you a whole resume of who I am.
No, I
because
understand, but that's a good one.
I don't want us to focus on my achievements necessarily.
Yeah.
It can become.
And we have a lot. I know.
Yeah, and I'm humbled by that.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't want people to focus on my achievements. I rather want to focus on my service to the people, and that is for me important.
But tell me, so thank you for that. So how did you dodge that part of life? You know, the crime, the drugs, or how did you navigate that space?
One of it is my grandmother.
Okay.
She kept us in church. She kept us sane as children, you know. The house I currently live in was the house where the drug dealing took place.
Huh?
Definitely, Mania. That was the headquarters of the gang at the time. And of course, my uncles passed on. Life happened. I bought the house. And we've now turned the house into a space of hope instead of a space where, where people would recognize it as that was a space previously where people went to go buy drugs, came home, beat their wife, you know, commit crimes, etc., etc. Today, when people look at the house, they can see a space of hope. They come to that house, you know, for any problem, you know, quite late at night. In fact, if I can just think back last night, I had a 65-year-old female. It was raining last night, and
yeah,
she came and
heavily.
asked for help.
Yeah.
At 20 to 10, we took her to Somerset Hospital.
Sure.
So, if
All the way in town.
yeah, from Kensington to
Yeah,
town.
to town, yeah.
But again, it proves that
Your own
people-
transport.
Yeah, my own vehicle.
Sure.
But it proves again that that house that I lived in, that was recognized
As a drug house.
15 years ago, is now a space of hope. And that's a beautiful thing. But the second thing is, you and I would know, RCL being part of leadership programs at school kept us very, very busy.
Yeah.
And it formed us as individuals, you know.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that we are living in communities that has its own dynamics, where we find ourselves for 8-7 hours of the day, it formed us. So being part of this RCL, the HSP High Schools program, that also, of course, played a big role. But by and large, Anga,
Yeah.
it was a choice I made.
Okay.
It was a choice I made to not be part of the status quo, if I can call it that. It would have been very easy for me when the last uncle died to take over the empire.
Wait, Cheslyn, so your uncle sold drugs
Definitely. Their livelihoods were
based on drugs?
based on drugs.
Sure.
And they made money. Anga. I still have the table in my living room.
Cheslyn, stop calling me Anga. You know people call me Bonez now.
Oh, they,
I go by the name, but I'm joking.
So the table in my lounge.
Yeah.
That table, I still have it today. It was my great-grandmother's table. You know, as a child, when I pass the living room or I leave the living room or enter the house, that would be the table that would count the monies on.
Sure.
And I kid you not, the table would be packed with
Stack high.
stacks of cash in bread bags. It would look like loaves of bread.
Sure. And that's just money.
Just
paper.
money. So I chose not to go that route. You know why? Because I could see where this thing brought my uncles.
Where did it
So
bring them?
my grandmother had 6 children, of which my father is still alive and my aunt. The other 4 uncles, all dead, gang-related, killed.
So this is from your father's side.
Yeah.
Okay.
So from my mom's side, that side of the family, they come from George.
Oh, okay.
My dad's side, they're from Cape Town.
Okay, yeah.
So the life of having them shoot at your house, yeah. The police come and raid at 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the
Are
morning.
those the conditions you grew up under?
Meneer,
But you'd never say.
the NIU come, AGU come. Oh, it was crazy. You know, stun grenades being thrown in the house as if you're in an American movie. I said to myself, oh, hell no, I don't want this life, irrespective of how much money I can make here. So I was very young. I was in high school when my uncle died.
Yeah.
They shot him in Kensington.
Sure.
That day they brought me his shoes, a pair of green shoes, meneer.
The gangs now.
Yeah, his friends who now accompanied him.
Yeah.
They brought his stuff back home and they brought me the shoes as if I must now walk in that shoes.
So that's like a sign.
So I said, no, thank you. You can keep the shoes. I don't want that shoes. And to this day, I don't know what happened to the shoes. But I made a conscious decision to say, I am not going to be part of the problem. On a Friday evening, you would have adult males that are still in their uniform from work. You can see they come from work with their lunch boxes or whatever, standing by our gate in a queue as if they're coming to see the doctor for their fix for the night on a
Sure.
Friday night.
So you would see that growing up as a child.
They would then go home, beat up their wives, commit crimes, do what they want to, and the next day they'll be back again. And so I've seen it. I didn't hear it. I've seen it with my own two eyes. I experienced it. I have experienced anger where the gang comes to our house. I sit in my uncle's car, the one who studied law.
Yeah.
I sit in his car. They shoot at the house, intentionally avoiding the car, and we are in front of the house. They look at us in the car because we were three in the car. It was myself, my two other cousins, girls, his daughters. They looked at us, and then they shoot at the house. So in that moment, if I think back, if that was not grace, then I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
You know, and I made a conscious decision not to go that route. If I had to go that route, Anga, I would have been celebrated today as the 15-year-old who was shot that day. I thank God I didn't go that route. You know.
You know, today I was speaking with someone, and we're talking about this whole thing that, you know, well, she said, we are not that smart, you know, as people, but it's God's grace, you know, connecting to what you're saying now, that it was grace, you know, that yes, you made a conscious decision, but however, you know, even due to that, you said your grandmother kept you at church, so maybe her prayers as well, and just God's grace and favor over your life allowed you and gave you that conscious mind to say, I will not be part of this problem,
Correct.
but I'll be part of the solution instead. You know, wow, man, that is, and I didn't know that side. I honestly didn't know that.
So then I would come to school and I sit in the meetings, during RCL meetings, I crap on you guys, and then I go back into my hole where I need to fend for myself. You know, countless times I would come to a workshop, or the weekend workshops, by the way. There was one weekend where I will never forget this. So it was a Friday afternoon. I went home, go get my bags, and as I leave the house, the police came to raid.
Sure.
They came with a helicopter this time.
Hi, boo.
And so my uncle said, yeah, now he's leaving because he knows what he did.
So you were the snitch. So you were the snitch.
But one day, but I wasn't the snitch. I was truly not, but one day I was the snitch. So the uncle, my granny's brother, he wanted to sell alcohol.
Yeah.
So I said, no, not here.
Yeah.
We come from this life. I said, oh, you don't want to stop, ne? So I was on the phone because then I was a big boy then.
Yeah.
I served on the CPF, and so I had contacts in SAP. So I said to one of the warrant officers, can you just come here, please? Bring a van with, because this one wants to start to sell alcohol. And then they came, and he wasn't too happy with me. But once again, in that moment, it was, I'm going to threaten you with action. And I did what I had to do. And today, he can see that what I did was not to harm him.
But was to save him. But at the time, it didn't look like it.
At the time, it was viewed as, this one is a snake, this one we must deal with him. And I stood my ground. To this day, I stood my ground, and I will remain, resolute in my position. We cannot allow these things. It is that type of lifestyle that kills us. It takes us to the grave, and sometimes not the physical grave, but the mental grave.
Kills our people.
The emotional grave. You know, it kills our communities.
So tell me, man, Cheslyn, after high school, what did you study?
I studied at CPUT. I did public management and
Oh,
I did
okay.
public administration.
Okay, that makes sense.
And it helped me to
Yeah,
become
obviously.
a versatile politician.
Yeah.
So I'm able to be on the administration side of things, but also on the management side of things.
So you're those counselors that we look up to, that we speak about, that they must be educated.
I know
You
what
can't
I'm
ever stand
talking-
at 5.
Aye. You can't come into my office and tell me about project management. I will ask you the technical things. And the officials know that. With water location, they know I will be difficult. with
No, I see you on Facebook because I
I
follow
do
you. I
with
see how you go in the things and you speak about this must be done here and this and this.
Yeah.
So you know what you're talking about. You're not
important.
just,
It's
and I think, man, for me, and that's what reason why I invited you. That is so good because those are the kind of people we want within our communities. And the thing is, we have them. You know what I mean? And I always say to my peers that the reason why politics is so filled with corrupt people, if I may call it that, sometimes is because people like you and me don't go out and become politicians. We'd rather get a nice job and be comfortable with me and my family, but don't want to fight. So when you're young, and obviously it's a choice, you can get a job anywhere else at any time, but you choose to be in that field and do these things, and obviously everything that comes with politics, but you stand your ground and you're fighting for your community, man. I see you. People can check you out day in, day out. Mad Dog?
No, I'm just thinking that, listening to what he says, his leadership role at school. And so there is a background of leadership that is. But now the problem is, remember we had a conversation that sometimes during the elections of the municipal
Local elections.
yeah. You see somebody on the poster, you're like, I know this person. This person has never been in a leadership position in their lives. And there they are up there.
Yeah.
Then you start then why our communities are not going anywhere, because you like this person, even because I work with youth.
Yeah.
This person has been part of your program and they've been quiet in the corner there. They never wanted to take any responsibility or anything. Like there is no background of leadership.
Yeah.
But this person is on the poster there. You don't know how they even get into the
Yeah.
poster.
Yeah.
Who voted for them,
Yeah.
who wanted them to be there.
But I think merit must become the conversation in cases like this.
Yeah.
Where you actually put up a candidate with merit. People that will serve the communities from their heart and not necessarily from the stomach.
You're going to say that.
Because that's what we are. That's the kind of service we're getting in this country.
Stomach service.
Stomach politics.
Yeah.
We have seen Cupcake over the weekend saying what he said. We are seeing what Helen is now trying to parade and say.
Cheslyn, wait.
They are the. It must be said.
Cheslyn, wait, man.
Driving here into Kuyasa, I was saying, but this is a dear municipality, and look
Yeah.
at the road. And in fact, I said to my wife, look at in your road here. I said, look at the opposite end, luxury.
Yeah, because
Non-luxury.
you can see that as
You can see the difference.
Yeah, I can
It's
see
black
the
and
difference.
white.
Yeah.
It's literally night and day.
In
You can
Stellenbosch.
literally see it. So we must be clear on that. But you know what? What I find comfort in being a politician is my integrity. That for me is important. You know what I'm saying? If I walk away from politics today, I will still walk away with my integrity intact.
Yeah.
No one can come and say that we have given the
You
councillor or we've given Cheslyn a cent,
And he's saying that on a public platform.
or we've given him a Coke. Ask my residents.
Give you a cup now.
I will declare. I will declare. Thank you.
But listen, man, just before you get carried away with politics, but we're going to call you again, don't worry.
Definitely.
But tell me, man, how did you get into politics? And I know the Patriotic Alliance is a young party. What made you, I think my question is, there's two questions. So how did you get into politics? But also what made you choose, the Patriotic Alliance?
Beautiful. Perfect question. Perfect. Yeah. I opted to I'm gonna answer your second question first. Yeah. The Patriotic Alliance was the best vehicle for me to use to serve the people of Ward 56. All the other political parties was simply vehicles. It was more of a flashy vehicle, but nothing inside. With a PA, you know what you get when you buy it from the shelf. I knew exactly what kind of organization I'm joining, an organization, Bonez, that allows me to be me, to serve the people the way I serve the people in terms of the energy, the language I use, direct vernacular, not this university type of language. You speak the language of the people who with respect, of course. But don't come here with this high society stuff. People don't understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You explain to them ward allocation, IDPs. Are they going to look at you and say, huh?
Yeah.
What kind of fruit is that, what you are talking about? But if you tell them it's about the budget of the community, they would understand. So in the PA, I was given the freedom to be a servant of the, genuine servant of the people, and not a controlled machine of the people. There's a big difference between the two. There's a big difference. Unfortunately, I don't sing so well like, what's his name? Mantashe said to his counselors in Gauteng the other day. But the track record of the service, we can talk about that.
Yeah.
But then
But just before you continue, so I must say that I always say to the people, and I say this, openly, that for me, the Patriotic Alliance in the last elections were the biggest winners.
definitely.
For me, personally.
And we're continuing, by the way.
No, but let me tell you why I say that. It's because you guys got lots of seats in parliament, more than other parties that have been there for quite, some time. And also, I said to Mad Dog when we speak politics, I said, the reason why Gayton did so well, or one of the reasons, it's because exactly what you said. He speaks simple language that the people understand. And I
Yeah.
said to him, that's one of the reasons Trump also in America did so well. It's because he speaks a language that the ordinary Joe will understand in the
Yes.
street, instead of exactly what you're saying, that high level English and PhD English that the guy that needs to vote for you doesn't understand, so it doesn't make sense. So I totally agree with you,
But you see,
on that one.
we can speak that type of language if it's needed.
Yes, if it's needed, obviously within the right places.
If you look at Gayton, Gayton comes from a life of criminality. He was a bank robber.
Yeah.
So you can take him into any space, when you have to speak about crime, you can speak to him. If you want him to speak to gangs, he will be able to. But take him to parliament also. Take him into a boardroom. Take him to Russia. Over the weekend, you've seen the minister there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So it's the ability to engage your audience, be it in a boardroom, be it in the streets.
So know your audience.
Definitely.
Yeah, know your audience.
And that is the PA difference, But why politics?
Yeah.
I chose politics because I've realized that serving the people from the church won't help. It won't help. It will not help.
But you're quite
Serving
a you quite a, I don't want to say a big
I
figure in
love
church.
the church.
Yeah, I was about to say
I simply love
you're
the
prominent
church.
in the church.
I'm from the Uniting Reformed Church.
Yeah.
In Afrikaans, if the VGK.
Yeah.
I love the church. Born and raised in the church and still in the church.
Yeah.
If I ever should leave politics, I will go into the church.
Into
and
ministry.
become yeah, definitely. In fact, that was my first choice to go into ministry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, most definitely.
So you're saying politics for you was a vehicle to help our people's
Yes.
lives.
Yes.
How?
Directly. And when we talk about helping the people, we talk about tangible things you can see,
Yeah.
to ensure that there's water in your taps, that the lights is on the
So
streets.
saying the DA couldn't
are
do that?
done. No, they choose when they do it. They choose who they do it for, and they choose when to do it. Not in the Patriotic Alliance, not in my space.
But tell me, man, now speaking politics, in council, because I'm sure there's more DA councillors than there are of,
Definitely.
How is that battle?
Well, it takes a high level of maturity to deal with them in council. I can either heckle, shout at them, or just show them the quality the PA brings to the table. Because not all the voters like politicians who shout and sing and heckle and throw bottles and, just go crazy. Sometimes decorum is important, because that also shows character. It also speaks of self-respect at the end of the day. And so me dealing with them in council is to hold them accountable. Every single day. Upcoming sub-council meeting, hold them accountable. Them wasting almost 8 million rand on the refugee tent in Wingfield.
Is it still there? That
It's
tent?
still there. But we have forced the mayor and we forced the ministers to get that eviction going, and we got it right.
But where are you going to take those people?
They must leave the country.
Oh, okay.
Khalas. Khalas. It's as easy as that.
Are those illegal refugees? Or what's
Well,
the
whether
thing
they
there?
are illegal or illegal, it's none of my business. If they don't want to be here, then they must go. We've given them countless opportunities to reintegrate back into society. They refused. We've given them countless opportunities to go to other countries. They want to tell you where they want to go to. They want to go to Canada. They want to go to the United States.
With whose money?
You ask me.
Guys, can I get...
You ask me. So I'm saying, go back.
Thank you.
Go back to DRC. Go back to Nigeria. Go back to Zimbabwe with the love I have for them, because they are human beings. But we cannot have that tent there any longer.
Yeah, that tent has been there for years,
That's
man.
a problem.
Yeah, I know.
I've inherited that tent as a councillor.
But tell me quickly, so when you came up, I know that you were up against a DA.
No.
Oh, I have my research wrong?
No. Can I tell you what the DA did?
Yeah, what
The DA went on leave when they had to submit
but
their
that,
candidate.
But it was by-election, wasn't it?
It was a by-election.
Yeah. So how did that happen?
No, that was a DA ward.
Yes, I know. Hence, I'm saying.
And so
you stole
when
it
they
from
had
the
to
DA.
when they had to put up their candidate, the people went on leave. So I stood against Good. There was a good candidate. There was a
So why didn't you choose Good, for example?
no. Remember where Good comes from. They come from the DA. And if you look at all of them, they have their trails there. I cannot leave. But remember, I was a member of the DA for a very long time.
Were you?
Yes.
This guy, when he came in here, he said no blue thing next to him.
I will never wear blue. You won't even find me dead in blue. Huh?
So he was like, this light is this light. I was like, take it. Is
But
that a
I
blue light?
verified it's turquoise.
Thank you
No,
so much, man. Thank you
I
so much.
then left the party. Then I was.
But why? Why did you leave the DA?
Well, the DA wasn't serving my community. They were not serving the community I was living in. And remember, the community I'm ward councillor of, I was born there, raised there, and I'm still living there. And so it would have been disingenuous of me to be fighting for other communities while my own community is struggling.
So you didn't get any support?
Nothing. The councillor was there, getting a paycheck every month, but nothing was happening.
So the councillor was from the ward as well?
Well, that councillor was from the Eastern Cape. And then they fired her. Then by-election came. I was nominated by the PA. I won the ward.
So what?
The DA didn't field a candidate because they knew that fielding one, they would lose. And as you know, the DA, I don't want to put a color to it, but they don't like to be embarrassed. You see? So they said, our HR, he was on leave, man. So we couldn't field the candidate. So everyone said, hey, sorry, ne? Next time.
So at the PA, you feel home there?
It's home.
No?
PA is family.
But tell me, man, I always see you also just a little bit, you always saying Gayton is, you always talk to him as a father figure.
Correct.
You always say, my father.
Yes.
What's happening there?
Gayton is a father
Shout
figure
out, Minister Gayton.
to many. He's a father figure to many. He's a mentor to us all, guiding us, showing us the way. Especially, look, we are young politicians. Gayton has been in politics now for a bit longer than what I am. And I'm now meaning active politics. I was in politics, but I was more of a branch leader, in my ward leader, and so on. So, I regard him as a father figure, as a mentor, as someone who guides and would show you the right way in a fatherly manner. Sometimes people tend to force things on you. He has a subtle approach. He has a warm approach. He just brings that type of sweetness to any situation. You could almost burn all the rice. He will still come and he will say, it's okay. We'll do better.
Next time.
Next time we'll do better. All right? Someone else will say, but what the hell did you, what? Or hit, or,
Yeah.
He is
gentle.
There we go.
Can I ask something a bit controversial? I don't know if it is, maybe it's not. But I'm just thinking now how you were raised up, you know, the gangs and stuff that you talked about, and obviously looking at the history of the minister, Gayton, you know, how he was into robbery and all that stuff. Do you think maybe that somehow is also maybe one of the reasons, because then he is relatable to you and you can relate to him? Is maybe that one of the reasons what brought you guys or brought you to the PA and brought you close to him? Because I'm sure there's other people in the PA, but I always see you reference him as daddy. Do you think maybe that's maybe one of the reasons?
One of the reasons. Well, I think it was more the vision that would be the draw card,
Okay.
than opposed to his former life.
Okay.
You know, yeah, it can be a learning type of tool that he comes from that space, but for me it was the vision of the Patriotic Alliance to have all of the people in this country, black, white, blue, pink, Indian, everyone, one people, you know, one nation, and not the current fragmented nation that we are all talking about. Look at BEE, for example. So the vision for me was the reason why I joined the Patriotic Alliance. And not necessarily because of Gayton McKenzie as a person. Because if that would have been the reason, you know, then it would be a misplaced one. Because then I'm joining it because of a person. And if the person isn't there, then I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And that should not be why any one of us should join a movement, whether a church, a band, or anything like that. It's important. And therefore, I would always link any move I make with credibility and integrity. And if that don't tick the boxes for me, then you won't find me moving at all. And for now, I'm comfortable in the PA. My heart will be green until the day I die, Mania.
That's what all politicians say. I remember Malema,
Well,
when Zuma was in the ANC, it was like, my blood is green.
Yeah, he had to say that because his bank balance was going to be affected. In my case, I was approached by a lot of political parties, 6 so far, if I can tell you, including the DA. I don't intend selling out my
Even
people.
now, the DA
Yes.
still approached you.
Even now.
Really?
Yes. It's
Interesting.
elections coming up, Mania.
Nah?
There's a ward that I took from them, like sweets from a baby.
And you're doing great work in that ward, man. Can you speak some of that work that you have done?
I have fantastic people supporting me in that ward.
Yeah.
I have a political party that supports me through and through in that ward. I have a beautiful wife and a family that supports me. I have a praying mother. I have a fantastic support structure. I have residents who understand that service delivery will not necessarily happen overnight. Rome wasn't built, in one day.
Yeah.
But they understand that whatever I put in, it ultimately bears fruit. You can speak to the residents yourself. You know, you practically grew up in Factoryton because the high school was there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you now go to Albuquerque and if you go to Rapide Street, you would find
It's
that
different now.
Meneer, the cement blocks that the apartheid government left there is gone. It's gone. We have spaces that has been beautified. You have we now have a beautiful market in 12th Avenue.
Oh, really? I
Yes,
should go there.
beautiful.
Should go
You
there.
need to come around.
I should,
We
I
are
should.
looking at a few developments that we would want in the ward, especially focusing on human settlements, because a lot of our people are living in backyards.
Yeah.
So that we need to still
So,
champion.
so to build houses for backyard dwellers.
Most definitely,
Yeah.
but we're not looking at the BNG type of things that national government and the provincial government is pushing. We are looking at how private-public partnership can become the order of the day, addressing human settlements directly. Because remember, we have 400,000 people or more on the housing database.
Yeah.
And so if we can come up with a public-private partnership, people would be able to get human settlement type of services much quicker than what they are currently getting.
now.
If you look at the database, 400,000 plus versus what government is producing, 3 to 4, 5, 6,000 homes per year. When will you ever get to the 400,000?
Yeah, exactly.
Then added to that, every year you have an average of about 10 to 15,000 people signing, adding on to that existing 400,000. So it will be a schlep forever.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we're looking at the empowerment programs that we have in the ward. Tomorrow, we're starting with another one. Most recently,
I saw you gave away nets.
yeah, 20,000 rand yesterday to
Yeah.
our soccer clubs, because sport is very important.
Important, yeah.
A child in sport is a child out of
That's
court.
what we're speaking about the other episode. Remember, dog, to say that one of the school violence that is so much now in schools and everything. To say that another way to help with that, because remember our township schools don't have sports facilities.
Yeah.
But to say that if we have those sporting facilities on Cheslyn, then these kids with all that extra testosterone that they have, instead of stabbing each other because they have nothing to do, they can take it out on the sports fields.
Most definitely.
And your guy is the Minister of Sports. So I said on that episode, Minister, please come help.
So Minister has graciously blessed us with a Kumbi court.
What's a
That will
Kumbi
be
court?
built. It's a multi-purpose court.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna say, you must come
No, I
to
must
the
come.
launch. Beautiful.
When is it?
Work is starting soon. So hopefully in the next month it will be up and
Really?
running.
Okay, no, we
Yes.
should go. We should go.
And the value of it is a few million rand. So thank you for paying your taxes on time.
Please.
We appreciate you. On behalf of national government, we thank you. So we look. Last month, I had a program in the ward, amongst a lot of other programs. Our learner license program. Every single month, we run that learner license program to empower young people.
Didn't we speak about that in high school already?
Yes.
Because I also did implement it. That's how I got my license.
There we go, and it's working.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
It's
program.
working.
It's a beautiful
we now
program.
have the unemployment drive in our community where we take the series and we link it to business and we say to you, Bonez, we have 5 people here. Don't you want to employ them? You take the series, you screen them, you give them a job. Local labor.
Yeah.
We have, we recently had a plumbing course where young people were able to get their accreditation in plumbing.
Accreditation, Cheslyn.
Yeah,
Wow.
paid for by ward allocation funds.
Accreditation.
Yes.
Because I know that's, people that do those kind of trade, they always circle with,
It's difficult.
I don't know who's calling me so much, man. Hey, this guy.
Probably
Yeah.
debt. You must pay your debt, man.
No, it's not dead, man.
You must pay your debt, man.
It's not dead, but it's not dead, man. I don't know. It's a WhatsApp call. So anyway, wow, man, that's
So
great.
that is one of the few things we are doing, And then of course we are now championing something fantastic, not only in my ward but across the city of Cape Town. With the party is the affordable housing policy.
What's that? Tell us
Remember that there is no affordable housing policy in the country. There's only a housing policy.
Policy, yeah.
Just housing policy. The affordable housing policy will address location of the house, where, well, of course, we will engage government, but a policy that will guide the city of Cape Town with respect to location, cost, and quality. So you look at these houses here, the RDP ones here outside, just here. If you open, just here,
Yeah.
in the Stellenbosch municipality.
Yeah.
It's so that houses is so small you can't even change your mind. Huh? It's pathetic. And now, if you look at the people with disabilities, they have a wheelchair. They can't move around.
Yeah.
They must sit in the house the entire day. They can't use the toilet. So under the PA caucus in the city of Cape Town, we are looking to champion that, and hopefully we will put the draft out for public participation very soon.
We'll be
of
there.
course,
We'll sign it off.
that would be perfect. We need to get things happening for our people, not because of elections looming, but because the need is there.
Yeah.
And so when Cupcake goes onto a stage and praise these people in blue, I said to him today, I don't think you've been to Stellenbosch. I don't think you've been, to places like Khayelitsha.
We're gonna invite Cupcake here to
Cupcake must
this
come.
podcast,
Cupcake must come. I'll bring him myself.
and now we'll invite him.
Yes, he must actually
But Cheslyn-
go out and look at our communities.
I hear you about politics. I know you're passionate, but quickly, because of time. Interesting fact that I realized: you still live in Kensington,
Definitely.
and you have a choice of moving out. And we spoke about this in another podcast. Why?
It's my people. The moment I move from my community, I will be unplugged from my people. And I don't want to be kept abreast on a WhatsApp group. This is happening, that's happening. I want to be there. I want to be there. If they protest, I want to be there. If they shoot, I hear the shots. If, like yesterday, they protested.
Then in terms of kids, because I know you have kids, so how
Yeah.
are you maneuvering that?
I have one son, a beautiful son, Noah. I've told my wife that by the age of 35, God willing, we need to get our daughter. So we're now planning for our second child.
So you're comfortable raising them within that setting?
The setting isn't bad. We shouldn't believe what the media is pushing, because remember who owns the media. That's another narrative we must talk about.
Don't go into it now.
Yes.
That's why we have YouTube now. See, no one owns us here.
No, definitely, and that's a good thing. Please don't take the money of some people. You must know who lives in Stellenbosch, but we won't talk about that. So, that planning is still ongoing. Our family will grow, but the community I live in is a fairly good community. I think crime is of course increasing across the city, across the country, due to various reasons, and also the type of crime. But I think it is a community that can rise above its circumstances.
And you want to be there when that happens?
I must be there.
Okay.
I must be there because my daughter to come is going to be there. My son is already there. And I want to help that community rise above the circumstances. So it would be disingenuous of me to take the money I earn and go and get me a house in Plattekloof and come into the office every day, just come into Kensington and leave every day. I want to be there, you know,
Like
and
that
be
song.
part of the development, be part of the change, you know, be part of the conversation, be part of the difference that we are making, and not just speak of it.
Yeah, but
from
be
a
part of
distance.
it, yeah.
I want to be there.
You remind me of you, Masigela. That's where Cupcake got the thingy of Tumamina, where Masigela says, I wanna be there.
Yeah, but he's never there.
for
No, but he's never there.
So I'm saying you remind me of that
he's
song that
never-
you wanna be there.
I'm there. I want
So you
to
wanna be there for the people.
So I don't want to write a book one day and speak of from a secondary source. It must be primary source. I was there. I want to tell you, the day we gave our people houses.
That should be a soundtrack. That song should look over Huma Sigel. I wanna be there.
You're going to
for
remind
the
me of
na-
Cupcake.
na- na-
And you remind me now of Gwedi Mantashe.
Listen, man. Tell me if you are mayor, quickly, because as we're about to close, if you had to be mayor or premier, we're going to call you again, and this time we'll discuss more politics. But tell me, if you were to be mayor, or you had to run for mayor to be mayor, I know now you guys chose Liam, no?
Yes.
Yeah, but if you had to be mayor, or the Patriot Alliance, if Liam wins, or you had to be premier, what are some of the stuff you would change drastically?
One, on a metro level, on a provincial level, or mayor. Okay, keep it on mayor.
Let's start with mayor, and then we'll go to premier.
In the city of Cape Town, I would ensure that we deal with the affordable housing issue. You know, not keep blacks there, keep colors there, keep whites here. No, it must be a rainbow nation.
So you'd mix them up.
So intentionally,
So
Mania.
Delft is type of, Delft.
Yes.
It's a nice mix.
I have family there.
Yeah.
I would intentionally also deal with the bylaws. I would repeal bylaws
yeah.
that is currently segregating our people. Because remember, the apartheid spatial planning did it very beautiful. They were perfect in what they did. But today, they are killing our people economically.
Yeah.
The same type of scenario,
To
but in an
travel all the
economic
way.
way.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what they are
yeah.
doing. To travel from Khayelitsha to Cape Town,
Yeah.
it's an average 2 hours.
Yeah.
And it costs you how much? Almost 100 rand to get to work and back. But that's a conversation for another
But do you
day.
know what's crazy for me about that? You saw on the N2, right?
Yes.
There's a bus lane to go to work.
Yeah.
But there's no bus lane to to go home. I'm like, so they don't care what time you get home.
Aye.
They just care that
You
it must be early.
teleport. Yeah, teleport.
Anyway, sorry, yeah?
Then the second thing is, in this city, of course, my brother Liam
Yeah.
being the mayor and me being part of the team, declare a local state of disaster because of the violence, of the gang violence that we have in this metro.
Yeah,
it's a
man.
sad
Hey,
state
and
of
there were
affairs.
four
We
shootings
had,
yesterday.
14 deaths in Kraaifontein in the last week.
Yeah.
If you look at places like Mitchell's Plain, if you look like places, Guguletu was
Yeah,
on,
yesterday.
Khayelitsha, Mitchell's Plain again yesterday in the news, Athlone, etc., etc. So, and of course the unemployment thing. Unemployment
How will you resolve
close
that? Yeah.
to home, not abstract. You must live in Kailicha, but you must work. You must drive or travel 2 hours to Cape Town. So economic opportunities
You
close
bring
to
them
home.
closer.
Yes. Kailicha must become a hub of activity and sustain itself, and every other community, economic,
So forth and so
there.
forth, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you don't have to travel.
Yeah.
If you're in the CBD, you don't have to travel to Woodstock to go and work. You can work there. You can, where you live, you can work, you can live, and you can play. You know. So that is three of the things that we would do immediately, basically. That's in our power, and I think that would drastically change the lives of people.
Yeah, it would. It would.
Drastically. Instead of look at our kids, a lot of you living here in Stellenbosch
I used to travel.
to Kensington. You traveled from one municipality to another municipality
Exactly.
for a high school.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I know that education is not a local government competency, but try at least to influence the quality of the education.
Within
You
that
know?
district, or
Yes.
yeah.
If I had to be premium in here,
Yeah.
maths will be back. Because I see Ellen has now wanting to take away maths.
You mean at the schools?
Yes.
Is that also up to the premier?
Well, they have the powers to
Really?
a certain extent. They have some influence, and so they want to take pure maths away. They are going to direct affect the quality
But
of
why?
lives. Ask Ellen. Invite him for some wine, and you ask the guy.
Yeah, I should invite him.
Because clearly they are out of touch.
Mr. Alan Windy, if you're listening, please, we'll send you an invite to your office. Please come
Please.
through.
Well, if he reads his emails, please invite him, and you have a nice glass of wine, and you ask him,
So he likes wine.
what makes the children of the Western Cape any different to the other children in the other 8 provinces?
What does?
He needs to answer that.
Okay, wait, you want to take away maths in Western Cape?
Yes.
Hey man, Cheslyn, are you sure? It's first time I heard of
Yes.
this.
Ask him. Please call him and you ask him why do they want to take maths away.
Yeah, that's so strange. Last question. What are your politically now? Tell me in 10 years to where would you like to be? Within the political space.
I love my job and what I'm doing. So,
Because I know councillor, it's not like president. You can become councillor your whole life.
yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the ANC. They have 80-year-olds still. But also in parliament most. They use it as a
And I know you guys
retirement
have the
fund.
youngest
MP.
MP, and she's here.
Yeah.
Cleo, shout out to you. Hi, Cleo. Okay, the camera can't see you, but I can.
So, for me, in the next 10 years,
Yeah.
I don't care where I am in the political space, as long as I'm able to constantly serve the people. It's of course up to the.
I
to
hope
my
that
political
I hope that's
party.
not a political answer. I hope that's real, because that means you're not gunning for position, but you're really
No,
gunning to help
definitely.
people.
No,
but I know your heart. I hope it hasn't changed.
I've no desire to do it for myself.
No?
I will always do it for the people. You know me. A lot of people know me.
Yeah.
In my time as councillor, I've had a lot of upheavals. But God.
Yeah.
you
No?
know, But God.
God is on your side. As long as God is on your side, then all is
Yes.
good.
So the 10 years, I don't know. Only the Lord knows the plans that He has for me.
Cheslyn, I hope you don't change, man. We need more people like you. Because, if I ask someone there, they'll be like, yeah, I should be the president of the country, or I should be the president of whatever political party they're involved in. So when you say, as long as you still can serve your people, I hope that's, real, because we've heard that before from politicians. But as I said, I know you and I know your heart, and obviously what I'm saying, you haven't changed much, but obviously you have grown with growth. Yeah, man.
And I'm just taller than you.
Hi, man. Hey, see, people can't see that. Can they see that? As
No,
we're
we'll
sitting?
check. No, it's fine. We'll check. I'll get a picture for that.
Your mic is a little bit
But
way low.
The greatest leaders in the world were guys my stature. You know that, right? Besides Mandela.
No, I don't.
Cheslyn,
I don't know.
you don't know? Listen, man, we come to the end of our of our discussion, but thank you so much for honoring the invite. And I really pray, man, that God blesses you and your family, and your political career. Pray that you may really see the fruit that you are currently plowing within your community. And I hope that it can splurge over to other places and other communities, and that, you know, you may grow so that you may duplicate this throughout this country, you know. And one day when I'm sitting with my grandkids or my kids, I can say, ah, I interviewed that one. I remember him. Want to say something, my dog?
No, I think I'm just inspired, and also I think it's good to have, you know, for me, you know, people that know what they are doing, and because I mean, if you don't see the point of education, even if it's just a little bit, or even care to research, or you know, if I'm interested in leading a community, even if it's just a short course, or it's something that at least will give me an idea of what I'm doing, that will give me a context of what I'm doing, you know, then you are able to speak out, you are able to stand for your people. And I think the problem is that the same thing I say about Zuma, that I think most of the things he was accused of, he has no idea what was happening. You know?
Shame.
So having leaders that have no idea what they're happening, somebody will control you. You know? But if you know what you are doing, you know. So I think just hearing you speak and hearing you just articulate yourself and understanding the environment that you are in, I think that's what will encourage, you know, would give hope to the whole country. But if we still have leaders who really, if we would say, because there's this thing that, you know, you don't have to be educated to be a politician, but it's not true. Because, I mean, you are leading people. So if you can't fight for them, people vote for you to be there. But if when you are sitting in the meeting, you have nothing to give, you have nothing to say, you have nothing to report, you have nothing, like you don't even understand what's happening in your community, you know, because you are not trained, or you are not, you know, it is a problem. But it will always continue. So people must take at least management course. Management course.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you can learn from Cheslyn's story. Definitely going to call him again. You know, such a great chat. To say that if you are coming from the community, you can still live in that community and still be the change and hope within that community, and that your circumstances do not need to dictate who you become tomorrow, and that you can overcome them. Also with God's grace, you know. So mothers, please continue praying for your sons and your daughters, because you don't know where your prayers are going. I mean, you do know where your prayers are going, and that obviously, you know, God will hear those prayers because they're coming from the heart. Guys, thank you once again for tuning in to the Link with Bonez. Please, guys, subscribe, like, share, and click the notification or the all thingy there, so that you can get our notifications. But guys, please subscribe. We're on a drive to get 500 subscribers. We're currently on 100 and something. So we need to get to 500. But thank you so much for watching us. Really appreciate it.